One of guys support here once again. Classic way of speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify, decomplicate it. All right, so we are going to begin with our pre-market analysis starting on gold. So gold, let's begin the analysis on the weekly time frame. Now on the weekly, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. If we look very closely at the weekly time frame, what we can see here is a beautiful uptrend. This is a pussy upside, which was a higher high. Price came down for higher low, new higher high, new higher low, and it's continuously moving to the upside. So gold on the weekly, the less probably area that price is likely to hit is the next one, previous high over here. So we know very well that on the weekly, price is extending all the way to its previous resistance level. And we can also see signs that price will definitely get to the previous resistance level, which is this one, morning star candle confirmation. We can clearly see a morning star candle confirmation indicating there's more buyers here that will be able to push the market to its previous resistance level. But that is not all for the analysis. Let's take it again to daily time frame where we can add more details to tell us that indeed price will go to the upside on gold. All right, so this is also a daily time frame on gold. Let's put meaning into it as well. All right, now if you look very closely at gold on the daily, what is price saying on the daily? Is the daily supporting the movement to the upside? Yes. Why? Let's find out. So if you look very closely at the daily time, we can also notice that price was in an uptrend. But first of all, this is the daily upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. This is the uptrend on the daily. Push the upside, we give us what the higher high. Price came down for higher low. We saw another push the upside, new higher high, new higher low, another push again, higher high. What happens? Another higher low. We move continuously to the upside. So this uptrend over here is also supporting the movement or the prediction that we made on the weekly time frame. So on the daily time, we are expecting price to pick buy pressure from here to move continuously to make contact with its previous high. Now on the daily, we can also spot that there's what pin bar here, which is all indicating that there's more buy pressure at the support level to move the market to the upside on gold. So gold, this is also the daily analysis. Now let's take it quickly to a 4-hour time frame and then prepare for entry to the upside on gold. All right, so this is gold on the 4-hour time frame. This is how we are going to pick an entry. This was a signal that I gave in the free signals group. So if you're not in the free signals group, make sure to click the link in the bio to join my free signals group now. All right, now this is what on the 4-hour time frame. Now if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we can still see what the daily push the upside, the higher low here, and this is what we're looking for, the buying opportunities to go all the way to the upside. And then good, we can see what somewhat candle confirmations over here indicates that we can put in an entry and then move all the way to the upside. This is a 1:4 ratio, which we are targeting at the final part, which is what the resistance level of the weekly, okay, the previous resistance level. So these are coordinates for the entry. You can hope immediately the market opens. We are all in. We are expecting price to move all the way to the final target, right? Immediately price is able to hit our target first TP. What do? We move SL to entry, go to price to our final TP. It's going to be TP2 as well. So that's it also for gold. All right, from gold, let's move to the next pair on board. All right, let's move to the next pair on board. Now the next pair on board is definitely going to be, okay, we have US30 here. Let's talk about US30. Now US30, we also have an entry on this pair. Let's talk about it from the higher time frame. All right, so this is my US30 on the higher time frame. We are going to take our time and also put a meaning into the analysis here on the 3 months. All right, so if you look at the 3 months time frame of US30, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. Price is also in an uptrend over here. We have higher high, we have higher low, we have one higher high again, another higher low. Price moving continuously to reach its previous resistance level, and we can see the clear sign of the strong pin bar over here indicating that buyers are more present and they are pushing the market continuously to the upside. But the question is, how are we going to be able to find entries to the upside on US30? Let's find out as we take it again to a monthly time frame for further analysis. All right, so this is also the monthly time frame of US30. Now if you look at US30 on the monthly, we have the monthly mid-range zone. Price is also in an uptrend on the monthly. We have what? This push the upside, higher high, higher low, another higher high, another higher low. Price drop down but give us a strong wick formation indicates that buyers are present and then they are going all the way to the upside. We can also see that there's a clear indication of what a bullish engulfing candle close right above the monthly resistance, which is taking us all the way to the upside on US30. So US30, without further ado, let me take it again to the weekly time frame to add more meaning to this analysis. Alright, so this is also the weekly time frame of US30. We have the weekly upper and the weekly lower zone. On the weekly, we are also seeing that price moving to the upside. Why? Because there was buy pressure here enough, which was able to break above this weekly resistance level. So price broke above this weekly resistance level to the upside, giving us a push. After a push, retest. After retest, what happens? Continuation move all the way to the upside. So on the weekly time frame, we also know that there's going to be buy pressure here to push the market continuously before contact is made on its resistance level. How is price going to get there? Let's take it quickly to the daily time frame where we can add another meaning to this technical analysis. Alright, so this is also a daily time frame of US30. We have the daily mid-range over here, or the daily resistance level. Now on the daily time frame, we are also seeing that there's more buy pressure on this weekly support level, which is trying to push the market all the way to the upside. And the daily is also in an uptrend. So we are looking for a buying opportunity from here to move all the way to the next 3 months resistance level, as we have already talked about. Alright, now if you look at the daily, we can even see that our price has given us a bullish engulfing candle close, which is an indication of a reversal to the upside on US30. So US30, let's switch very quickly to the 4-hour time frame and then prepare for entry to the upside on this pair as well. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of US30. And if you look at the 4-hour time frame on the US30, price has already given us the entry. Now we can just hop in. What is the entry here? This is the 4H upper and then the 4H lower zone. Price was initially in a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame, giving us lower low and then lower high. But sellers couldn't push the market from here to the downside. Instead, what did they do? They broke above previous low, or they broke above previous lower low here, giving us a push to the upside, which is now a higher high. We have seen higher low, then we go all the way to the upside in that manner. So US30, this is exactly where we are picking our entry to the upside. If you move to a much more lower time frame, I'm very sure that there's going to be a candle confirmation here, which is going to trigger the buy to the upside. Let's check the 2 hours or probably the 1 hour and see. Okay, so this is the 2 hours. This is also the 1 hour time frame. Now, if you look at the 1 hour time frame, what do you see? You see the morning star candle confirmation, which are all indications that price moving to the upside. On the 3H, we also have a bullish engulfing candle close. So this is also a bullish engulfing candle close on a 3-hour time frame, which are all indications that candle confirmation have been seen. We can buy all the way to the upside on US30. So US30, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Alright, let's go to the next pair, which is going to be EURUSD. Let's go to EURUSD. Alright, so EURUSD, we are also going to begin the analysis from the 3 months time frame, and then we'll explain all the way to the 4-hour time frame for our entry on on EURUSD. Alright, so EURUSD, what is also happening? Let's take our time and explain. Now on this pair, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. Price have seen a lot of buy pressure on this support level, which is constantly moving it to the upside anytime price makes contact. And once price has made contact again recently here, we are seeing the exact same thing, buy pressure pushing the market all the way to the upside. So where is buy pressure going to end? According to the 3-month structure, price should go all the way to make contact with a previous resistance level. So with that in mind, we know that we are looking for buying opportunities to go all the way to the upside on EURUSD. So EURUSD, how do we pick the buying opportunities? Let me take it quickly to the monthly time frame and explain furthermore. Alright, so this is EURUSD on the monthly time frame. Let's add proper meaning. Now on the monthly, we have the upper zone and then the lower zone. So price has been able to break above the strong resistance level of the monthly to the upside, indicating that buyers are also present here on the monthly time frame, pushing price all the way to the upside. So on this monthly time frame, we also know that price going all the way up here to give us probably a higher high at the top, higher low before it goes all the way up, or buyers is just pushing the market continuously to make contact with this resistance level. But we know that the next level of target that price will hit to make that decision is going to be what? Here. So once price is able to hit this resistance level, it will either come down before it goes all the way up, or once it hits, it can just break above to the next resistance level above. Right, now that we understand that the bracket is going all the way to this one resistance level of the monthly, what are we going to do? We are going to find buying opportunities over here which will take us all the way to this resistance level of the monthly. Now, how do you do that? Let's take it quickly again to weekly time frame and then add another meaning to this analysis as well. Alright, so this is also the weekly time frame of EURUSD. We have our weekly mid-range. So let's explain the weekly. If you look at the weekly time frame, price is also in an uptrend. It broke above this resistance level to give us a higher high. Then we've seen higher low, morning star candle confirmation, and then continuation push all the way up. So you can see that continuation push here on the weekly has broken above this weekly resistance level. Let's have a closer look at it. Price is broken above this weekly resistance level and is trading above it as well. So what is price doing above this weekly resistance? Let's find out before we can know how to pick the entry to the upside on EURUSD. So EURUSD, taking it quickly to daily time frame for more understanding. Alright, so this is also EURUSD on the daily time frame. Let's add a meaning to it. Now on the daily time frame, we have the daily upper zone over here. Price is also an uptrend on the daily. Why? So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, a new higher high, a new higher low. This is where price will find buy pressure to move all the way to the upside. And we can clearly see that price has also given us what? Candle confirmation. This is a morning star indicating that there's more bias to push the market continuously to the upside. So EURUSD, this is where you're going to find a buying opportunity to go all the way to the upside. Now, let's take quickly the 4-hour time frame and then prepare for entry to the upside. So this is the 4-hour time frame of EURUSD, and this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry to the upside on this pair. So if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we have the 4H upper and the 4H lower zone. Price is currently on the 4-hour resistance level. We want to see a break above, higher high, retest higher low before entry comes in all the way to the upside. So EURUSD, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's also a full and complete technical analysis. All right, now let's move to the next one on the list. Next one on the list is going to be NZDCHF. What is happening to NZDCHF? Let's find out very quickly. All right, so NZDCHF, let's begin the analysis also on a 3-month time frame and explain all the way to the 4-hour time frame. Alright, so NZDCHF 3 months time, what is that exactly is happening over here? We have the upper zone and then the lower zone. Price has been able to break below this support level all the way to the downside. So this break below tells us that what? Sellers are in control because this is a seller's market. They've been able to break what? Below this strong support level to the downside. So sellers are actually in control of what? NZDCHF. And if sellers are in control, then we are looking for selling opportunities further to the downside. How do we pick sales to the downside on NZDCHF? Let's take it quickly to the monthly time frame to add more meaning to it. Alright, so this is also the monthly time frame of NZDCHF. Now NZDCHF on the monthly, we have the upper, the mid-range, and then the lower zone. So what happened on the monthly time frame? Price giving us a downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. It's continuously going all the way down, and we can currently see that sellers have been able to break below this last monthly support level, also to the downside with what? With a push. Okay, and you can clearly see that once price has also been able to break below, then we also coming straight to the downside in that manner. But how do we pick the sell? Let's consult the weekly time frame to add more meaning to this analysis. All right. This is also the weekly time frame of NZDCHF, and if you look at NZDCHF on the weekly time frame, price broke below this monthly support level, giving us a push, which is the lower low on the weekly, after a push lower high on the weekly, and then we go further to the downside as well. So this downtrend on the weekly is also telling us that sellers are going to continuously push the market back down to this support level of the weekly, and you can clearly see that price has also given us a bearish engulfing candle close, which is an indication that more sellers are present to move the market to the downside. So how do we pick the sell from here to this yellow zone or this weekly support level? Let's find out as we go again to the daily time frame. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of NZDCHF, and we could look closely at NZDCHF on the daily time frame. What we can currently see here is a range. Now we have the what? The daily support level or the daily mid-range zone. And if you look very closely, this is the range. This is equal lows, and also this is what? Equal highs. So this particular movement over here is a range or a consolidation period. Now, as a range or a consolidation period, we cannot just pick ourselves to the downside. No. So what are we going to do? We are going to be expecting sellers to break below this strong support level to the downside with a push, retest, and then we can pick our entry all the way to the downside. So let's take it to forward time and let's look at how price will break below and how we can sell also to the downside. Alright, so this is the forward time frame of NZDCHF. Now NZDCHF on the forward time frame, let's put meaning into it. Alright, so on the forward time frame of NZDCHF, we can clearly see what the range that we are talking about on the daily time frame. This is the range. Now what happens? Look at the forward time frame. Currently, price has created a double top, broken below, giving us a lower low and a lower high. So we're expecting this down to that price forming over here to continue by breaking below to give us what? Another lower low, then another lower high, candle confirmation, and then we sell all the way to the downside on NZDCHF. So NZDCHF, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. All right, let's move to the next pair again on the list, which is going to be GBPNZD. GBPNZD. Let's talk about GBPNZD. So GBPNZD, I'm also looking for a buying opportunity to the upside. Why am I looking for a buy? Let's start the analysis on the higher time frame. Alright, so this is also GBPNZD on the 3 months time frame. Now, over here on the 3 months time frame of GBPNZD, we have the upper, the mid-range, and then the lower zone. What else do we see over here? We are seeing very clearly that what buyers have been able to break above this resistance level to the upside. So if buyers are looking above, who's in control? It is buyers. They are pushing the market continuously to the upside. But how do we pick buyers to the upside on GBPNZD? Let's take a look quickly to the monthly time frame where we can add more meaning to this analysis. Alright, so in the monthly time frame of GBPNZD, we have the monthly mid-range zone. If you look at the monthly time frame, price is still what? Above this what? Resistance level of the 3 months, pushing price continuously to the upside. So there's not so much to talk about here on the monthly time frame, just what? A simple breakup or a simple break above to the upside. So we are looking for buying opportunities to go all the way to the upside. Alright, let's take it again to the weekly time frame where we can find more meaning and add more explanation to this analysis. Alright, so onto the weekly time frame of GBPNZD. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of GBPNZD. Now the weekly is giving us what? Some form of assurance that price is going to go all the way to the upside, and I'm going to explain to you guys shortly. Alright, so if you look at the weekly time frame, you have the upper and then the lower zone. Price is what? In an uptrend, so higher high, higher low. Higher low. What happens next? Continuation push all the way to the upside. So if you look closely, you're going to realize that immediately price came all the way down here for higher low. We are seeing what? Confirmations, which is this what? Pin bars that we are seeing over here. So this is also a clear indication that there will be more buy pressure to push the market all the way to the upside. So this uptrend has given us more assurance that GBPNZD price is definitely moving from this weekly higher low all the way to the upside. Alright, let's take it again to daily time frame where we can add more meaning to this analysis. Alright, so this is also a daily time frame of GBPNZD. And if you look at GBPNZD on the daily time frame, we have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. And like we said, on the weekly time frame, we're looking for an entry from here all the way to the upside. But over here on the daily time frame, you're going to see that there's a strong level of sell pressure here on the weekly what? Resistance level, preventing buyers from continuously pushing the market all the way to the upside. So before we can pick our entry all the way to the upside, we need to see what buyers break above this strong resistance level to the upside, retest before we can find buying opportunities to go all the way to the upside on GBPNZD. So GBPNZD, once price breaks above, then we come in an entry to buy all the way to the upside. Now let's take it again to a forward time and look at how we can pick an entry right exactly after price breaks above this strong resistance level. Alright, let's go all the way to a forward time frame and then complete the analysis. Alright, so this is also the final touch or the final entry here of GBPNZD. So GBPNZD on the 4-hour time frame, let's add our final analysis. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that our buy pressure turning into what? Sell pressure here. And like I said, we need to see what? Buyers break above this strong resistance level to give us what? Higher high, a higher low. They will look for a buying opportunity to the upside on candle confirmation. So this is our full and complete technical analysis on GBPNZD. If you love what I'm doing over here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the link, and then don't forget to join my free signals group. The link is also in the description of this video. Thank you all for joining in. Stay classy and treat classy, guys. Peace. I'm out.